Tēnā koutou katoa, tonight on your news bulletin. A historic memorandum of understanding has been signed to clean up Lake Rotorua. Rugby fans get a look at the Webb Ellis Trophy, and Rotorua Maroon are this year's Ty Mitchell champs. Those stories and more in detail tonight on City News. A memorandum of understanding was signed yesterday between Lakes Water Quality Society and a collective of farmers from the Rotorua Lake catchment. Called the Waiora document, the memorandum aims to bring the parties together to work cooperatively to achieve a clean and healthy Lake Rotorua through reduced nutrient emissions. The memorandum also sets out timeframes for the aims to be achieved. Chairman for Lakes Water Quality Society, John Green, says the memorandum is a starting point and both parties need to work together to achieve their goals. Rotorua MP Todd McLeay says it's taken a lot of hard work to reach this stage and there is still a lot of work ahead to bring Lake Rotorua back from here. Local rugby fans took the chance today to have their photo taken with the Webb Ellis Trophy. The Rugby World Cup Roadshow was in town and our team to support was Russia. Rotorua Entertains performed and prizes were given for Best Dressed. Russia plays Ireland here in Rotorua on September the 25th and tickets were won at the Roadshow. Rugby New Zealand CEO Martin Snedden says everything is set to go for a successful Rugby World Cup.
Well, we've got 50 days to go today until the kick-off of Rugby World Cup, so I've been counting down those days since it was about 1,000, and I don't know where they've gone, but they've gone, and we've only got 50 days to go, and we are going to be ready, so I'm not in the slightest bit worried. I'm actually really enthusiastic about what's coming. And then the tournament gets going, and it just goes the whole way through New Zealand, and you know, the whole country will be rocking around this thing.
And the clean up for the Cup campaign will be on Mount Nongataha at the first lookout tomorrow from 1 p.m. to remove some of the accumulated rubbish at the site. Locals are encouraged to join officials there and show support for our environment in the lead up to the Rugby World Cup. An accident rate of 23 crashes in just 4 days has police warning motorists to drive to the road and weather conditions. The recent chilly winter weather has meant icy and foggy driving conditions. Sergeant Chris McLeod says motorists need to use common sense when out on the roads. He says police will be keeping an eye out for any dangerous driving. And police have confirmed that the fire at the Whakamaru Gasoline Alley service station in the early hours of Monday morning was deliberately lit. Detective Senior Sergeant Todd Pearce says the fire has been treated as suspicious from the outset, but the confirmation that it was deliberately lit is a major concern. He says the investigation will continue and any information the public has may be phoned through to the Tokoro Police. Rotorua District Councillor Mike McVicker believes employment is the major issue facing youth in our city today. Mike McVicker is serving his third term as councillor and believes quality economic growth is what's needed to create jobs.
The major issue that I see is employment. Employment nationally is around 6-7%. In Rotorua it's well above that, and unfortunately you'll find that for youth it's particularly high, 27-28%, and in particular for Maori youth, and that's a huge issue that we need to tackle, and I'm pleased to see that the council has recognised that.
And you can hear more from Mike McVicker later in our Meet Your Councillor segment. In sport tonight, Rotorua Maroon have won this year's Ty Mitchell tournament after beating defending champions Tauranga West 24-20 at Edgecombe yesterday. Rotorua Maroon were the only unbeaten team in the tournament and went into the match as favourites. It's the first time Maroon have won the overall shield since 1998. The tournament, which dates back to 1938, brings together all the young rising stars of Bay of Plenty rugby in an annual regional tournament. Now to your weather forecast. Rotorua tonight, cloudy, a few showers, easterlies, overnight a low of 7. Tomorrow Friday, gusty strong easterlies, a high of 13 and a low of 9. Long range through to Saturday, rain easing, easterlies dying away, high of 13, low of 7. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua tomorrow Friday, easterly 15 knots rising to southeast 20 knots gusting 35 knots, waves about half a metre, fair visibility in periods of rain. If you've missed any of tonight's bulletin, you can watch it again by going to tv.rotorua.co.nz and click on the View Latest City News link. Or to view what's on in our city, click on the upcoming events link. Still to come in tonight's program, our Meet Your Councillor segment tonight with Mike McVicker. We hear about the latest shop opening in the city that local charities are set to benefit from, and promoter Monty Morrison tells us about some of the exciting events coming up in the city.